Well, one critic put it like this. Hume used the unproved conclusion that miracles are not possible and made it a datum of his argument that miracles do not happen. So are miracles possible? Well, let me check. Miracles don't happen. Did a miracle happen? No. Well, that was easy. Right. Some supporters of miracles articulate this logical problem even more bluntly. It amounts to saying miracles violate the principle that miracles never happen. Yes, which maybe is miraculous in and of itself there. Claims about nature and miracles both rest on experience. So claimed experience of the former cannot cancel out claimed experience of the latter. And this is, problem of induction, right here again. How do you know what it will be in the future? Well, we know that I've never had an experience like this in the past. I've never been to the dentist before, therefore dentists don't exist. I'm at the dentist. Well, that's not possible because I've never had an experience before with a dentist. Well, okay, then what are we doing here? I'm in a chair, leaning back. Well, I can't rely on the experience because I've never had it before. If experience is reliable in knowing that water is normally not turned to wine, why would it be not reliable in recognizing when water is turned into wine?
Yeah. So experience against experience, right, is the problem here. He tells us that Hume grants in principle that one might accept witnesses who were unquestionably reliable, claiming, public events, and would have much to lose by lying. Yet scholars note that in practice, he rejects individual testimonies that, so far as anyone can discern by normal means of inquiry, would meet this very criteria, right? So, he has this high standard with regard to the reliability of the witnesses, but then when we meet that standard, he rejects it, is what Keener is suggesting here. He says Hume's denial of any historical eyewitnesses qualified to testify about miracles is no more than a bare assertion offered on his own authority. Right. By contrast, one of his early detractors offered more than 100 pages of arguments in response to such claims, which one might hope, Keener tells us, could count for more than bare assertion.
Right. When given more than bare assertion, then as long as you're Hume, you can dismiss it with bare assertion. All right, well, further, some of Hume's criteria for witnesses' acceptability are too vague to quantifiably support his case. Hume requires witnesses to be of unquestioned good sense, but the standard proves impossible to meet, since Hume appears to question the good sense of anyone who claims to have witnessed miracles. Again, you put these up and you just shift over everyone who claims to have unquestionable good sense. Well, if you experience a miracle,
yeah, right. So the person have unquestioned good sense,
right,
in order to make the claim reliable. But of course, anybody that makes the claim doesn't have good sense.
Right.
So you can,
Yeah, and this was the critique that we talked about in chapter 4 of modern day historians, saying, well, if someone in history is claiming to have an account where a miracle occurs, we can just dismiss them because they're not a good witness. Right. Well, except they might be the only witness to the thing, is Caesar crossing the Rubicon, or the final battles of Alexander the Great. Well, this person claimed to also have seen a sign or experienced a miracle, and so we have to wipe that away. And now we just can't rely on anything that happened between Caesar of the two-party system in Rome, and then all of a sudden Caesar is now a Roman dictator, and we definitely don't know what happened in between there because we don't have enough good witness to testify to this.
Witnesses that have unquestioned good sense.
Unquestioned good sense, yes. So by contrast, if we employ such criteria in the ordinary sense of their everyday usage, we end up with plenty of witnesses that we might consider reputable and sensible, but whom Hume dismisses as unsatisfactory. If he simply will not deem anyone's testimony satisfactory, it seems somewhat disingenuous to expect his critics to go to the trouble of evaluating witnesses before he informs them of this caveat. Again, if you want witnesses, bring me the head of the person who claims that there's a miracle, and I will hear him out. Well, this man claims to be a miracle. Well, I can't hear him out because he's this, he doesn't have good sense because he believes in miracles. Now bring me somebody. Well, it doesn't seem like you ever want me to bring you something if you're just going to dismiss him right offhand with the claim of the thing that is in question. Again, the circularity thing haunts Hume's type of deductive logic here.
Yeah.